This is a great putting drill that will really help you build confidence in making those short 3 to 5 foot putts. It's called the tracks and gate drill. So the first thing we're going to do is you need a couple things. I've got directional markers here, but you can use anything, a couple clubs, and you want to set these up as your tracks. So all we're going to do, try to pick a fairly straight putt for this drill, and you're going to set up your clubs or your stakes, whatever you kind of have to use, set them up so that they're pointing directly at your hole, and pick about a 4 to 6 foot putt, somewhere in that region, and try to get them just a little bit wider than your putter head. So you see here, I've got those lined up pretty close at the hole, just a little farther apart than the width of my putter head. Now this drill is really good. Why it's good is because having these clubs or these stakes down on the ground really provides this visual reference point for you, so you can really lock in on not only the path that your club's taking back and through, and it doesn't have to be fantastic. There's sort of the two schools of thought. You've got that straight back, straight through type method, or a slightly arcing path to your putter. Either one's really fine. You just want to make sure that you're avoiding any extremes. So even without a ball here, you could take some practice putts, and you're just trying to keep your putter head traveling within those tracks. And obviously, if you had something that was pretty extreme, if you're coming outside the tracks and cutting across it, or pulling the putter back inside, those are things that we'd want to correct. We want to make sure that you're at least having your putter travel back and through, staying within these tracks. But more importantly, or what I feel is more important, is it really gives you a visual reference as to where your putter face is pointing during the stroke. Most of your putts, the face, or wherever this putter face is pointing, that's the overriding factor. That's the real important piece of this puzzle. It overrides even the path. If you've got your putter face pointing at your intended target or along the line you're trying to roll the ball, you're going to have much more success if you're focused on the putter face and your path is okay. Would be better than having a perfect path and problem with your putter face. So the visual reference it's going to give you is, just because you've got these lines or these clubs down on the ground, it's really going to help you as you go back to see, are you swinging that putter face open and shut as you go through, or do you do a pretty good job at keeping it fairly square going back and through? So you don't want a putting stroke where you're taking the putter back and fanning it wide open and then having to roll it back closed. That leads to a lot of issues as far as being able to be consistent with rolling the ball along your intended line. So that's the tracks. The gate part of this drill, you're going to take 2 tees, and essentially all you're doing here is you're going to put a gate on either side of this hole. So give yourself about a ball width, and studies have been done to show that if you are able to putt at the correct speed, essentially if you have the proper speed, your ball is then going to lip into the hole as opposed to lip out of the hole. So by just going through this little process here, it's about a ball width, I just kind of bump it till it falls in, and then I'll stick the tee in the ground. So those 2 tees, they create my gate. So I've got my tracks and my gate. The gate, couple things it does for you. It takes a little bit of pressure, now widens your target here a little bit. You don't have to be focused on, well, I've got to make this perfect putt into this small little hole. You really just have to stay relaxed, make a nice stroke where you've got your putter traveling within this reference point of the tracks, and you're doing a good job of keeping your putter face pointing at the hole. And essentially I'm just trying to roll this ball through my gates. If I'm able to do that, I should make quite a few of these putts. Back and through. And as you're doing this, you don't even really need a ball sometimes. Maybe for every 3 strokes you take, just go back and through, back and through. And we're trying to create a mirror image with our strokes. However far back you go, that's how far you want to go through with the putter head. And that's really going to help you. Let's say you do 3 practice strokes without a ball, then bring a ball in, and you're just focused on back and through, keeping that putter face pointing towards your target and rolling that ball through your gates. So that's the tracks and the gate drill. Do this and you'll really build your confidence, and you'll become more adept at making those 3 to 6 footers.